We have a few, well, I got a few things to say. Number one, I want to thank this wonderful community for coming out this morning. More importantly, for all of you supporting not only our local business owners, but all these brides and everything else for your kids today. So I hope you're having a good time. I'll also let you know, through sitting down in a dunk tank for about an hour, I managed quite successfully to raise $250 for the hospice, the Briere Hospice, the new one that's going into Canada. So give it up for Briere. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, in beautiful Bell's Corners today, our mayor, Jim Watson. Mr. Mayor, how are you, sir? Very good.
Thank you. I managed to throw one ball and I got Alex the first time. He deserves a big round of applause. It's tough being in a dunk tank. Let's hear it for Alex, the Executive Director of the beautiful Bell's Corners BIA. Great to be here. Thank you, Lisa MacLeod. Where's Lisa? Here's Jack McLaren. Thank you, Lisa. Let's hear it for Lisa and her staff who put this whole event on. Thank you, Lisa. Hope everyone has a great summer. We're blessed to live in this city and this country, and it's a real honor to serve as mayor of the capital city. So have a wonderful pancake breakfast. Thanks to the volunteers. Thank you to Lisa for her leadership at Queen's Park, and all the best for the rest of the summer. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention my colleagues from council. Come on up here, Scott Moffat. Where's Scott? The Moffat man. Scott and George DeRuse. George nearly killed me on a snowmobile this winter. I think he wants to be mayor. He tampered with the brakes. Anyways, there's Scott Moffat right there, and George right over there. They're doing a great job representing rural parts of Ottawa in Osgood and Manotick and Nepean. And come on up here, George. Come on up. And the school trustees. We're going to have to reinforce the stage. There's so many politicians. Scott, come on up on stage. George. And Jack is here. So thank you all very much, and have a great summer, everyone.
Thank you very much to our mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a wonderful day. I want to say thank you to the people of Nepean Carleton for showing up here today in Bell's Corners, one of the great gems of this beautiful riding. And Jim is right. I think there are too many politicians on this stage. I would like to, however, invite all of the politicians from this riding to join us. I know we have Chad Mariage from the Francophone School Board. He's behind me. Ted Hurley, I know, from the Catholic School Board. Elaine McMahon is here today from the Public School Board, former union leader with OECT. I appreciate her joining us. And I'd like to introduce a couple of people before we talk to our guest of honor. Obviously, I have my valued colleague and very good friend Jack McLaren here from Carleton, Mississippi Mills. It's wonderful to see you. And he's wearing his red shirt. Oh, and he got it from the mayor. So there you go. There's love in the air today. My friend from the other side of Nepean Carleton, that's how big this riding is, from Stormont, Dundas, South Glengarry, I have my dear friend Jim McDonnell. He's here as well. It goes without saying, two of my very good friends have joined the mayor here today from City Hall. Scott Moffat, who is a very good friend to me, as well as George DeRuse. They represent Rideau and Osgood wards at Queen's Park. No, I do. At least I think I still do. In any event, they're here today, and they represent us, I think, very well and very ably down at City Hall. So thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this has not been the year I expected it to be. On June 14th, I woke up expecting that we might have formed a provincial government at Queen's Park. And that evening, it became very clear that didn't happen. This has become probably one of the more difficult years of my time as your representative, as our party and our province have gone through enormous changes and enormous challenges. But each and every day, I would be out in Bell's Corners or Barhaven or Manotick, North Gore, Cars, Osgood, Metcalfe, Vernon, and wherever I was greeted with a smile from my constituents, telling me they appreciated the work I was doing, and you don't understand how important that was for me to hear. I've had 4 elections in 9 years with 5 different political leaders. And I turned 40 in October. That's a tough one. But ladies and gentlemen, the province of Ontario today is confronting some of its biggest challenges. We have the highest hydro rates in North America, while our government wants to sell off that asset. We have the largest debt of all of the provinces combined, a government now that is raising taxes but not holding the line in spending. Never before has it been more clear that we need a strong, coherent, pragmatic voice at the Ontario Legislature. About 20 years ago, I met a young man through youth politics. I was still living in Nova Scotia, and he was from Toronto. Of course, everybody, I guess we all should all say thank you to Peter MacKay right now. I guess I will say that. I can tell Pam loves Peter. I was still there, working on national politics and trying to make sure that there was a strong national voice in this country. And this individual was doing that too, and he was doing it to a great degree of success. In fact, he was one of the early voices for the merger of the Progressive Conservative Party and the Canadian Alliance. And I don't mean this to be a political ad, I just want to give you some context because I know my candidate from 2011 is here today, Tristan Mack from the New Democrats. I appreciate him wearing blue today. Thank you, Tristan. Now this individual, Patrick Brown, was a tireless worker. He was someone who was very well connected, and he came from the same tradition in progressive conservatism that I did, like the Jean Charest School of Politics. He stunned a lot of people this year, and I think it's to everyone's peril in the Liberal Party and in the NDP to underestimate him. And I can tell you firsthand, having watched him over the past 2 decades, he's determined to turn our province around, give you a strong voice for our official opposition, and make sure that the City of Ottawa is receiving its fair share at Queen's Park. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thanks to all of you for sticking behind me all these years, and I want to continue that record that I've got with you of working together, and I want you to know you'll always have my support. So today it's my great pleasure to ask all of you to give a strong Nepean Carleton welcome to the next Premier of Ontario, Patrick Brown.